Hey guys, in this video, I'll be telling you how to go from this stash to this stash. You can use the information in this video to get your stash nice during the end of season event, or just get a quick head start on the season 3. Speaking of season 3, I will be posting a video later this month telling you exactly which quest line to rush so you can have a solid PvP or PvEVP experience at the start of the season. I will start by showing you one of the most important movements in the game for PvP. This is a very simple movement. All you have to do is slide jump left and slide jump right. Just continue to do this as much as possible to get the habit of it outside of combat, so then you can start implementing it inside of combat. The reason this movement is so insane is because it is very hard to track, and on top of that, there's insane desync issues. So a target that is slide jumping back and forth will a majority of the time get a lot of no registrations on the bullets. Next will be speed sliding. This is where you slide off an edge and gain momentum, causing you to go faster and farther. This movement will depend on your keybinds. If you have hold to crouch, you will have to tap the crouch one time at the edge right before you fall. If you have toggle crouch, you have to rapidly tap it twice. After you get the movement down, you will have to start playing the game kind of like a battle royale. Essentially, find the spots that are hot, learn the rotations for each of those locations that you think are quote-unquote hot spots, or become the biggest rat and just sit in those locations and wait for people to come. This all comes down to your playstyle and your group's playstyle. Sadly, there's no one statement that I can tell you that will make it so you just automatically are good at this. Always try to make sure you are not the one starting a fight in this current meta. If you are the one that starts a fight, you will most likely die to a third party because of how the sound works in the game. Essentially, you want to be the one running towards shots and not the one starting those shots. This also means when you're killing mobs on the way to those hot spots, make sure you're killing them as quietly as possible with either a suppressed weapon or a knife. Something you need to do as well to have a stash like the one shown at the start of this video is quite simply upgrade the stash. I recommend just upgrading what you want to upgrade as quickly as possible while focusing on pockets and stash upgrades. I personally went for the supply crate upgrades because it's free gear and it helps me early on in wipe. Lastly, let's go over the essential things to get in and out of fights and raids as quick as possible. Number 1, you will need smokes. I like to bring 8 to 12 smokes per raid. Number 2, you have to loot very fast, as server population is so low currently that the same player that you just killed can instantly load back into the same raid and run straight to you. Essentially, pick what you want, whether it's gear, attachments, armor, and get it up as quick as possible. You're going to have to leave loot on the ground, sadly, but a gain is still a gain. Number 3, always have an evac decided before a fight starts. If you are fighting at caverns or battery house, you should want to know where you are running right after the fight ends so you don't get third partied. Essentially, pick the closest evac to the location you're trying to fight at or the quote-unquote hot spot you'll be at. Number 4, bring in good gear to gain good gear. In order to get good gear, you have to risk good gear. A majority of the time, a forged purple or exo kit will not lose to a green scarab. Keep that in mind as you're collecting this gear. Thanks for watching, guys. If you'd like to ask questions, feel free to come over to the Twitch while I'm streaming. The link will be in the description below.